What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Six Gaming Podcast. This is episode number 35. Filling in for your host, as always, it's roncli. Shosan is in Oklahoma this week. Apparently it's supposed to be a vacation, but I don't know how you vacation in Oklahoma.
I don't know why you would want to go there willingly.
It's not really willingly.
Apparently Damien's there, too.
It's for his sister's wedding.
Yeah, so Shosan's out, but we still have our Houston-based co-hosts here, started with our rocket scientist.
How's it going, everybody? Broxbeeble.
And, of course...
And I'm Veg.
Yeah, and you're totally warping space-time around the Houston area. Just thought I'd let you know. So we have a good lineup of news, and then we'll follow that up with the unnamed part of the show. And we'll finish up, hopefully, with a roundtable. We'll see what happens. But we're going to start with Shosan's favorite part of the show.
Good news, everyone.
Dan, take a drink. It's news!
I'll do it for Dan.
Very nice. All right, so for news this week, first up, I found this interesting. The Screen Actors Guild for the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists has voted to strike for video game voice acting. Now, pretty much what this kind of thing means is that people that are under this artists union or whatever you want to call it, they're not going to be able to work on games that require voice actors. So, as far as what this means for the gaming industry until this is resolved, who knows? I mean, the people involved with this, Roger Craig Smith, who was involved in Batman and Assassin's Creed. You got Jennifer Hale for Mass Effect and Guild Wars. And then, of course, shut up, Veg. Of course, we have Will Wheaton is part of this as well, which is pretty interesting. I don't know.
Wheaton!
I don't see why they're striking. The quote here says, despite radical changes in what we are required to do on set and in the recording studio, it doesn't really say much more. I guess they're looking for more money.
That's the only thing I can think of. And usually when it comes down to strike situations like this, that a lot of times that is what's going on, is they feel like they're being underpaid or whatnot.
But they have been notorious for that, though.
Yeah.
They've been really notorious, like the original Dragon Ball Z actors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't make that much money from what he was telling me. The only way that they really made money was going out to conventions and, getting people to pay for autographs and stuff like that.
Exactly, and at the same time, you have some voice actors that are paid an obscene amount of money to do a terrible job. I mean, look at Dinklage in the original version of Destiny. It was terrible.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot of money to get voice acting.
Yeah.
One of the worst games that I can think of I've played is Minor Wars 2081, and it's got some of the best voice acting, with the exception of one guy who's just like really retarded. But the rest of it is actually pretty good. So I don't know. This might mean that they have to go after people that don't do this professionally. You know how like NFL had replacement refs for a while, stuff like that. That might be something that they're going to have to look into. So.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that though, because some of the voice actors for some of the animes are very unique.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to piss off a lot of people if they do that, and it's going to ruin a lot of shows for a lot of people actually. Like you can't exactly replace the guy who plays Natsu from Fairy Tail or Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Those voices are very unique.
It looks like one of the things that they're asking for is a formula for a performance bonus for every 2 million copies or unique subscribers for the game, up to 8 million. So, like World of Warcraft, they'd get the cap easily. Final Fantasy, they're on its way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just they're looking for royalties or something. It's just basically amounts to more money for the more successful games. So whether they get it or not, we'll see. But for now, they're on strike. All right. So I know we got some Star Wars Battlefront players on the podcast. Is that right?
I'm interested in it, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the beta for Star Wars Battlefront is now available on all platforms: Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC.
They want me to write a review about it. That's positive. I can't.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, first of all, I have to ask, what's this they want you to write a review?
They sent me a forum in the game. They said that they want to see if I could put it in more of a positive light. And the way that it's playing right now, it's impossible. It's almost unplayable. It really is.
I've heard there's a lot of balance issues. I don't play the game myself, but I've seen enough to know that.
It's worse than League of Legends when a new champion comes out. It really is.
That's a high bar right there.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, there's just one-sided fist fights if you get one particular map, or if you get to be one particular side, or on Hoth is a perfect example. If you unlock Darth Vader, it's almost done. It's guaranteed, especially if you're on the winning side. There's no guaranteed for a comeback for the Republic.
That's the one I've heard is the most unbalanced right now. Anyway, the beta runs through Monday. It's a 7 gigabyte download on PlayStation and Xbox. PC, you got to get 11 gigs. It launches November 17th, a month before Star Wars Episode 7. So,
yeah, I'm not buying it, and I've already uninstalled it. So, because I have Battlefront 2, I have the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Amazing games.
Yeah.
I would wish that they would make an HD remake of those, and then re-release those as is, and then maybe have like a couple multiplayer servers or something.
Yeah.
What they made right now is a pile of steaming dog shit that they call a game.
Uh-oh. We may have Angry Veg here.
Unleash the fury.
No, it's not Angry Veg. It's disappointed and sad Veg.
Disappointed and sad.
Veg is sad, not angry.
Uh-oh. So that's why it's raining. Check. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's raining?
Yeah, your tears.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, I thought you were going with the it's raining men joke, but I guess I missed that one.
No, that would be if Coles was here. Speaking of which, this is episode number 35. That makes this the Rule 35 edition.
No.
That says if porn doesn't exist for it, you must create it. Coles, get on that.
There's already enough gay porn on the internet as it is.
I really don't want to see any veg tears porn.
Oh, you don't want to see
my God.
porn. Veg porn.
Although somebody somewhere would probably pay for that, though.
Oh, I'm sure. But they'd have to pay me millions.
All right.
And that's just for me to get naked.
Please don't. We stopped you from doing that last week. We're not going to let you do it this week. Nope. No, keep it on. Very good. All right. Up next, here's a game that a bunch of us have played. This is the new Gauntlet that came out on Steam a couple years ago. Unfortunately, Arrowhead is finished developing any new patches for it, so that means that Gauntlet is done. The current version is going to be it. Now, the current version as it is, it's like way better than launch. There's still a couple bugs. They're not game-breaking, really. But, I mean, it's
some of them are.
I thought it was an okay game.
That game is detrimental to the well-being and stability of this household.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm guessing that you and Shiora have played it?
Yeah, she's a huge fan of Gauntlet.
Is she also a huge fan of stealing the crown from you?
She steals everything from me.
Does she shoot the food as you walk up to it at 1/4 health?
If she doesn't need it, she shoots it. And I mean, so this happened back in the day. We used to play it a ton on our Dreamcast, and all I'd hear was "You are greedy," you know. And the entire time she cackles. She thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. I'm like, this is terrible. I'm dying. And then like, I die. She's like, well, what'd you do that for? You're supposed to be the tank. I'm like, I have no damn food.
Food. Give me the food. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, that's how. Moving on.
That's how James or Obadiah's brother is. But his isn't because he's malicious. It's because he just likes to kill everything and doesn't pay attention.
Oh yeah, no,
That's hilarious.
she's completely malicious about it. I mean, it makes sense. She played a warlock in WoW for years, so I mean, she's already a mean person when it comes to games. But
Did she play a gnome?
she played a gnome warlock. Yeah.
That explains everything.
Yep.
I'm sorry, your marriage is forfeit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with it too much though. I mean, she's a PhD chemist. She knows everything that is untraceable.
Knows how to kill you
without CSI figuring it out. I mean, I'm reminded of that often.
So, have you ever gotten to play Magicka 2 with her yet? Or
Not yet.
Do it. You will feel
no.
so much better.
Uh-oh.
Because there is friendly fire on that.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. All right. So, Sony has bought a hand gesturing or a gesture tracking tech called Soft Kinetic, and they plan on adding this to the PlayStation VR. Kind of an interesting purchase. They're just going to be combining their imaging technologies together. What this tells me, though, is that PlayStation is ramping up to have actually a pretty good VR. This isn't just an afterthought anymore. This is something that they're strategizing. They're spending a whole bunch of money on. Hopefully, it works out for them.
Yay! Sword Art Online's coming more and more real every day. Woo!
Yes, indeed.
And Soft Kinetic is actually pretty decent technology. I know, like at work, we've got some groups that have been looking at it for non-gaming purposes, and it's pretty good for what it does.
Yeah, it says its sensors work in a very similar way to those with Microsoft's Kinect as well.
Yeah, it works real similar to the first generation of the Kinect, where it uses like a structured light pattern that comes out and reflects off of it. So it's decent for what it does. It's nice as long as if Sony's smart about it, it could be a good addition to it.
Yep. Hey, Veg, stop the mic.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's the PlayStation VR. Here's something cool I found about Nintendo's Satoru Iwata. Apparently, they made an Amiibo figure for him and sold it on eBay. What surprises me is that it only sold for $1,900 for charity.
Huh.
I would figure something like that would go way more.
Especially with like how crazy people are go over Amiibos to begin with.
I know, this is like, it's supposed to be like, he was a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I mean, I just can't see this. Why did this only go for $1,900?
The only thing I can think of is if it wasn't very well publicized, like if it
that could be it. Yeah,
well, the original Amiibos are like $14.
Mm-hmm. A total of 90 bids were placed on the figure made by custom Amiibo creator Ganda Chris. It went on. The bid ended on the 9th of October, but the $1,900 bid was placed on the 6th. That's just.
Yeah, it flew under the radar somehow. I mean, you get some of those folks out there that are huge into Amiibos that would have gone for a lot more.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Whoever got it for a steal.
No kidding. All right. And then what did I miss here? I think that's it for our main news. Hopefully Dan takes another drink here because we're going to talk about Worlds and the fact that no North American team has won this week.
No.
They haven't even won a single game. CLG started 2-0 and they ended 2-4 and they're out. And then TSM just continued their epic slide. I mean, they're going to have to make some changes in the offseason. I think that they're in trouble next year. I don't know what they can do, but they need to do something. It's pretty bad how they've been playing. So, Group A, the Flash Wolves and the Coup Tigers are in. Of course, CLG and Pain are out. In Group C, SKT dominated. They went 6-0. They're going to be pretty scary to beat. Edward Gaming also in. H2K and Bangkok out. KT Rolster and Origin. Origin actually surprised me. They went 4-2 to take the second spot in Group D, which means LGD, which was my prediction to win it all, they're out. I'm really surprised. So, yeah, you got that. And then TSM. What the hell TSM do?
They just threw.
They just threw?
Yeah, because I remember in the second game today that they were doing so well, and then they were done. They got wiped out at the last second, and then they just and then I forget who they were playing. Literally came back and stumped them instantly because they had the advantage. They took out the inhibitor, and then bam, they just got aced.
Yep.
And then they literally made a charge and finished it.
Yep. So Group B finishes up tomorrow. Cloud9 is currently 3-0 in their group, so they're our last hope. Cloud9, who was 7th place in the last split, they had to win a tiebreaker just to have a chance to make it into the Worlds. They had to win 3 best-of-5 series, 2 of which they did a reverse sweep to come from behind to win 3-2.
Reverse sweep is real.
I know. It's crazy how far Cloud9 has come, and they're already 3-0. So they all play tomorrow. Starts at 7 a.m. Fuck that. That's way too early. 7 a.m. is like Central Time. It's like even earlier if you're out in Pacific Time. So whatever. And then the knockout stage begins next week on the 15th. That starts at noon Eastern Time. There will be 1 series of best-of-5s per day for 4 days, and then a couple weeks later they'll do the semifinals followed by the finals on the 31st. So that's news, guys.
Yay!
Yeah, that's the end of news. So we haven't named this part of the show yet, but we've kind of like affectionately called it "Show's a douchebag" and let's be done with it. But Show's not here this week, so.
But the point still stands. He is.
So I'm going to call it Veg is a black hole, and let's be done with it.
Oh, we call it Ron's a douche canoe, and let's be done with it.
No, because I'm filling in for the host as always. Veg, what have you been playing this week?
I have been playing a lot of Darksiders 2. It's a fun game. If you've never played it, it's basically a God of War, but with more of an apocalyptic feel. Basically, what it is that the first one you play as War. Oh, this game's like 8 years old, by the way, so spoilers. Fucking wah. And then the second one deals with death, and after the entire content of what War did, which is basically what death does, he tries to fix the mistake of what War did, which was he accidentally released the seals to bring on the apocalypse of the Earth and the world. So. Yeah, that was awesome. The gameplay is amazing. It's actually very fluid, very comfortable to play, as well as has, like I said, it's a God of War clone, but it's different. Also, it does many things that God of War doesn't. It doesn't have quick time events, which drive me insane. It does. A lot of the bosses are puzzle based, meaning that you have to figure out how to kill the boss before he one-shots you. And playing in apocalyptic mode, which is the hardest difficulty, they will, and they hurt. Especially even if you're in the best gear, they will still one-shot you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've still got that one on my queue. I'm playing through Darksiders 1 on my 360 currently, or have been trying to go through it, and had a fantastic time. I can't wait to get into Darksiders 2, which is going to be, if it's anything like the first one, I'm looking forward to it.
And if I remember right, the same voice actor who does War also does Illidan.
Oh, nice.
If I remember correctly.
I thought they sounded similar, yeah.
And then,
Strike.
What was that?
He on strike?
He might be.
Liam O'Brien.
I said
That's his name. Liam O'Brien does Illidan.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
Wait, he also does freaking Yasuo.
Does he?
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, League of Legends, Yasuo. He is Yasuo. We were correct. He's got a huge, and in fact, this is big enough. I'm going to post a link to this on our page at facebook.com/6gaminggg. Check out this guy's list for what he's done, because it's just freaking insanely long.
Oh yeah, I mean, he does a lot.
I mean, he doesn't just do games. He does anime. He does some films. Jesus, there's so many things in here. He's got a whole bunch of Final Fantasy credits, Castlevania credits, Star Wars: The Old Republic. He's Commodore Margok there. StarCraft 2. He's the Terran Ghost Unit. So I mean, there's a ton. Unbelievable.
And he's an amazing voice actor too.
No question. I mean, Illidan is one of the iconic voices in World of Warcraft. So
yeah, he plays War. So I mean, the storyline from the first one's amazing. The second one, it just gets even better. It gets a little confusing though because of the time travel and stuff like that, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah. He's also Chi-Ji the Red Crane.
Really?
From Mists of Pandaria, yeah.
Huh.
I wouldn't have never guessed that. Okay, he would be a man that would deserve all the money that he gets.
Exactly. Talon King Ickis. Oh God, you remember him?
Yeah.
Yes, that's him.
He needs to get smacked for that one.
Right. So
like he does a voice so well that it irritates you.
Yep.
Like yeah. But I've been playing a lot of Darksiders 2. A lot of fun. It's $20 on Steam. I picked it up in a Humble Bundle way back when. I'm looking into the DLC. It's just I don't really want to spend all that money right now on it. So I've been looking into that. I've been also playing a lot of Star Wars still. Been getting people slowly into it. Got my wife, got James, got a whole bunch of people. Show has been playing it. So, yeah. Force choking and force lightning, bitches. Yes. Screw the Jedi way. And that's
I know you've been playing more than that.
Huh?
I know you've been playing more than that this last week.
Oh yeah, Rocket League.
Yes.
So, I think in one game, I really pissed off Penth. He says he just gets mildly annoyed, but I could tell he was getting a little angry because I killed him like 6 times in one game.
Oh my God, it was epic. He every chance that Veg got, he just ran over Penth.
That is awesome.
And all you hear is, "You asshole."
Yeah, pretty much. Although we've been frustrating Veg whenever Show's not around. Of course, Show is like frickin' Patrick Waugh of Rocket League. He's an amazing goaltender. He's the Howard of goaltenders in Rocket League. But when he's not around, the only one that can actually perform at a decent rate is Veg, and he's so pissed because he doesn't want to play goal.
No, I don't.
And what makes it worse is that when he's not when he's not striking, I am.
And I watched the ball just sit there for 5 minutes as both teams fucking miss the entire time. And it's horrible to watch, and I'm cringing, and I look at the ball center like 4 times in 1 minute, and I'm like, I could have scored at least 3 of those. But I know if I move, no one's going to defend it because the 2 other people are dumb enough to not learn how to goalie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's put our best striker in defense.
You don't want me playing goal, though. I'm worse at goal than I am striking.
Teach yourself.
Well, I'm teaching myself striking.
No, you're teaching yourself how to suck.
No, I already knew that. My God.
Oh my God.
It's kind of funny
because
because
I don't know who's worse at it.
Yeah, the one night your internet died, I ended up playing Rykera afterwards because she was telling me how much she sucks at the game. So we ended up playing a 1v1, and Wild Bill was trying to get in on the game with us, and just to watch the game. And while I was doing that, she scored the first goal of the game. It's like 1-0. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So we start again, and I ended up winning 11-3.
Oh, jeez.
It was kind of funny because you just kind of see her. She just kind of sits there and does these little. Nowhere near the ball. Nowhere near the ball. It's pretty epic. So
that's awesome.
I managed to get 2 more on me, which was interesting, but they were mostly off face-offs and whatever. Anything else, Mitch?
Yeah, and then you 1v1 me, and we saw how well that went.
Wait, did I 1v1 you?
Yeah, you lost.
Oh, that's right. I lost like 7-3. 7-3, yeah.
It's better
Not
than
that bad, but
better than Rykera, because I probably would have had at least 20 goals on her.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I play the rookie one, I get like 13, 14 goals. But
yeah,
anyway.
as soon as you can start playing the All-Star one with no problem, then you'll be able to probably play me decently.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I also played a good bit of what the hell's it called? Sins of a Solar Empire for about a good 2 days in a row because my internet company decided to do maintenance.
Oh, fun.
So I had no internet. And you guys remember that quite well, or Ron does at least, because I was in mid-sentence and got cut off for the most part.
Yeah, him and Wild Bill were sitting talking back and forth about various anime, and Dud Veg just stopped talking.
You know something's wrong then.
And Bill's like, "Where'd Veg go?"
Yeah, I wasn't happy a camper with that one.
I bet not.
So that's what I've been playing this week.
All right, very cool. Brox, what have you been doing since we've last talked?
I've been playing the shit out of Destiny.
Destiny again.
Destiny again.
It's our resident Destiny expert right here.
Man, I am absolutely loving the expansion. Or I guess really you call it year 2, because from everything I've read, if you don't have the Taken King, they've seriously crippled your game. Like, you just may as well not even play it.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm loving it. They've fixed so many problems with it. I mean, I can log on. It used to be I'd get on, I'd play for an hour or two, I'd get shot in the face, who knows how many times, and end up with nothing to show for it. Because, in year 1, it was all down to just random drops. They've fixed a lot of that with their loot system. So now the loot that drops is, if it's blue or purple, so if it's like rare or epic or rare or legendary, it's guaranteed to be plus or minus, within a range of plus or minus 10 light levels of what your average already is. So you can go in and you can play for an hour, hour and a half, and come out incrementally a little bit better than where you were before, which is really nice. They've also got the matchmaking has been interesting as well, since I'm finally up to the point where I can do the weekly heroic strikes, which is kind of like it's like a three-man dungeon. If you want to compare it to WoW, a 3-man dungeon. There's matchmaking. Problem is, you get in there and you always get like the one person that drops immediately after screaming at us saying, "I'm not playing with a bunch of scrubs that have terrible gear," and drop. Well, the problem is the matchmaking, or the interesting thing is matchmaking in Destiny now will match you up with people that have the same gear level as you do. So this person dropping just wanted to be carried through it, saw it wasn't going to happen, and just ends up dropping. And so, but that's one of the nice things though, since especially for the weekly heroic strikes. You should do your 3 of them every week, to get your legendary marks, so your badges to buy gear with, and then you don't need to do them anymore. You can just go back to the regular strikes, because has the same chance to drop the gear, and you can still level up a little bit. And since you're being matched up with people that are about the same level as you can blow through the regular strikes. You can blow through one in about 10-15 minutes if you're over light level 260 or so, and just go in there and just keep racking up gear, which is nice. So I mean, I can get in there and play it for 30-40 minutes and come out feeling like I actually accomplished something, versus playing 40 minutes just to get shot in the face and screamed at and no gear to show for it.
Right.
So it's been a lot of fun.
My problem is that it's $40. That's my only problem. And I know that people say it's an upgrade and stuff like that, but at the same time, I really don't want to spend that much money on an expansion.
Yeah.
I rarely wanted to do it with WoW, let alone another game.
No, I definitely hear you, and I was really on the fence for a while as well, and decided, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna give it a shot, because I didn't get any of the year 1 expansions at all, because majority of the content for that, there was no matchmaking for it, and so with this, I was like, yeah, why not? I'll try it, and I've had an absolute blast playing it, which is nice. I mean, almost to the exclusion of almost anything else. But I have been playing other things as well. We were traveling a little bit last week, so I was playing some portable games. Going through Dragon Quest IX on the that one was on the DS. I'm trying to think it was DS or 3DS, but Dragon Quest IX, nice classic style Japanese RPG. Which is
I remember.
It's kind of fun.
I remember the first Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest is an interesting series, because even to this day, in Dragon Quest up to Dragon Quest IX, they still use some of the original sound effects from the first game. To try to keep things consistent through it. So it's still the same, you still fight slimes, still have some of the same sound effects when you attack and everything, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I played Dragon Quest IV, and that was pretty interesting.
4 was a lot of fun, especially since it kind of jumped around to the different characters. The first 4 chapters, each one's a different character, and then they all kind of meet up in the 5th chapter is when the game really starts. It's kind of fun.
Yep.
And then also been playing some old school stuff, and playing a lot of Phantasy Star 2. Actually playing that on my Wii through some emulation on there. But I've owned the original cartridge for Phantasy Star 2 probably for about 15, 18 years now, and it's to the point now where the battery has died inside of it, so I have no choice but to play it through emulation.
Wow.
And so, but it's nice because with emulation I can actually speed it up.
There's batteries inside those things?
For the Sega Genesis, yeah, it was a battery backup for Phantasy Star 2. So the batteries actually died in mine.
Oh,
so
man.
I can't save.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so I can't save it all. Well, I mean, the game itself is probably at least, it was 1989, I believe, when it came out, and so it's quite old. And so now, what's nice playing on emulation is you can speed it up because you walk extremely slow in that game. And so it's nice to be able to speed it up and get around a little bit, because it's an old school RPG. There's a shit ton of grinding you have to do just to go even to the first dungeon. You've got a good 2-3 hours of grinding to be able to not be one shot in the first dungeon. And so it's a lot of fun. It's just slow going, and you really have to enjoy the old RPGs to really stick through with it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's it.
All right. So yeah, I've been doing quite a bit this week. Very minimal Crypt of the Necrodancer. I almost got a personal best on Eli today, but I couldn't quite finish the phasing run. Phasing runs are hard. It's the best way to get a fast time, but yeah, it's very hard to actually play through it because you're skipping all the mobs, but when you get to the end, you have nowhere to attack the mobs from. You just have to like come in through the wall. So yeah, so you got that. Also been playing Rocket League, of course, as Veg mentioned. I actually beat the pro season. Got a win on the pro season, so hopefully I can get up to...
So, Ron, do you cheat?
How do you cheat?
If you're losing, you restart the game.
Oh, no, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yes, you can.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, the last season I played, I went 6-3, but I won out in the playoffs, so I did pretty good, I'd say. I didn't know that. I don't think I'll do that, but no, I might.
Okay, good. Yeah, I went with a 36 week and ended up only losing 2 games.
Yeah, very nice.
The longest one, which are 32 or 36.
36. It's 36 because you play each team 4 times in the 36.
Yeah, and I stomped them all out except for the robots scored on themselves 3 times in a row for one of the games.
That's
yeah,
so
he literally looked at the ball, did a backflip, or not a backflip, but a kickflip, and goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna score." Oh, we're 7-3. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, I'm too loud again. Sorry. But yeah, yeah, the bots need a little bit of tweaking. At least the pros do.
Yeah. The other game that I've been playing since Thursday, of course, SigTrack Games came out with Sublevel 0, which is a first-person 6-degree freedom shooter. It's single player. It's a roguelike, so there's 6 levels. You have to get through all the levels, kill the reactor at the end. In each level, the reactor gets harder to kill. There's more enemies, and then it like spawns different things towards the end. It was actually a pretty fun game. The problem is that I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of replayability on it. I beat the game long before I had unlocked all the ships, all the crafting formulas, all the unlocks, stuff like that. So it's still a good game if you like the Descent single player experience. This has got a lot of the feel of it. The maps are very Descent-y in that like the floor becomes the wall and stuff like that. I don't know. So it's pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. That's at sigtrapgames.com. And then, of course, I talked about Tetris Blitz last week rather. I'm still playing that, and it was pretty awesome. I was able to make platinum. Now, there's only one level left above platinum, and it's diamond. And there are 2 people in diamond. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that high, but we're going to give it a shot because I am still increasing my rating. So we'll see what happens with that. And that does it.
Can there only be 2 people in diamond, or is it just your rating?
No, it's solely based on the rating. You have to get 2,500 points. And it's kind of funny because one of the 2 people that are in diamond don't have the points for it anymore, which means they broke 2,500 and now are just losing more than they're winning. So it's also to the point where you have to use a finisher. I don't know if you guys played Bejeweled Blitz at all, where they have like these finishers that you can use. Tetris Blitz is very similar in that regard, where you have the power-ups and the finishers. You almost have to use a finisher at this point to score well. Which kind of sucks because that's a lot of grinding to do that. Or you can just pay them gobs of money. It's like $50 for like 2 million coins. It's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not paying a dime on this game. So, but yeah, Tetris Blitz. It's still a fun game. If you like Tetris, definitely check it out. So that does it for Veg is a Black Hole. So,
Veg is such a black hole. He seems to have imploded into himself. I don't see him there.
Yeah, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's still there. That's right. So, all right. So we're going to move on to show's favorite part of the show. which is the Six Gaming Roundtable. Now, we have a slight problem here, is that we don't really have much of a roundtable here. So, what I'm going to do instead is, we're talking about the voice actor strike earlier. I'm going to ask you guys, who is your favorite voice actor and why? And
I'm going to go with Mark Hamill, actually.
That's a good one.
No, seriously, because I had no idea about this, but I just found out, and maybe I'm late to the show on this, but I just found out recently he was Joker in a lot of the Batman games and the Batman animated series and stuff like that. I had absolutely no idea.
Brox.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Brox.
What's up?
You're like 15 years late.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. I'm late to that. But also, he was in. He's been in a lot of other things as well, a lot of other games, and so it's pretty impressive. I mean, he's much more than just Luke Skywalker. The guy's been everywhere. It seems like.
Yeah.
Very nice. Veg, how about you? Who do you?
I'm looking up his name right now. I know like the characters he plays, but I don't remember his name. But
he doesn't.
Oh, it's horrible. But he plays Duo Maxwell, as well as Coda from Inuyasha. Like he has that very unique voice that I actually enjoy listening to, and he usually plays like very sassy, smart-ass characters that are pretty funny.
You said Duo Maxwell?
Yeah, Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing. Yeah, like I keep getting wikis on the character himself.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, Scott McNeil.
Scott McNeil?
Scott McNeil, yes.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
So, what does he do again? And
so he does Duo Maxwell. Apparently, a couple characters from Dragon Ball Z, Ranma, Half, Full Metal Alchemist, X-Men Evolution, League of Super Evil, Beast War reboot, and Stormhawks.
Cool. And what kind of characters does he usually portray?
Just like I said, just a lot of smart-ass, witty comment characters. Just he's really good at what he does. That, and like I said, his voice is very unique. Well, to what he plays, I can't exactly do it, obviously, but he does a lot of animes. He's as well as he's done a couple, as well as a couple funny ones like Barbie and Mermaid Tale. Or Barbie and Swan Lake. like he has a list just as long as the other dude, Liam. Oh shit, he does Dynasty Warrior. Oh, he does Gundam Dynasty Warrior Gundams, as well as Dungeons and Dragons Online as the dungeon master and narrator. Frogger, Ancient Shadow.
Frogger?
Yeah, Frogger.
What?
So he also. So he does a lot of. His list is just as long as O'Neill's is. What is up with people in the last name with Neil and doing amazing voice acting?
I have no idea.
But yeah, he also did a commercial for Kids WB. He's done a lot, really. His list is pretty long. But they're more toward, like, a lot of them are either animes or they're kid movies. Or kiddie shows. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the animes is either Inuyasha or Mobile Suit Gundam. Or Gundam Wing. He does a lot of the main characters in Gundam, too.
Nice. All right, so I think that my pick for this has to be Ellen McLain.
Oh, yeah.
Ellen McLain, of course, is most widely known as GLaDOS in the Portal series. She's just got that. It's not just the voice; it's the way she delivers most of the lines that it just has you cracking up every time that she talks. Granted, the voice is pretty distinctive because he uses a lot of auto-tune in it, but she also does the turrets as well. There's a couple other things that she does in it as well, but yeah, I mean, when you think about it, a computer is a rather lifeless character, and she gives this thing so much life, and she did a great job in both of them. So that's definitely got to be my pick for it. Any other one-offs you guys can think of? And I know we talked about Jim Cummins.
Chris Sabat.
Chris Sabat?
He is the main character of the English version of Goku.
There you go.
Very, very, very infamous voice for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because very early on, he was kind of annoying, but it just grew on you. And then the other voice actor, or actress actually, for Goku is a 70-year-old woman. I forget her name, though.
Oh, jeez.
She still plays him, too. That's the best part. She still plays, She still plays them. Like, it's kind of funny that in Japan, voice actors or actresses who play a very good role and have many seasons, they're almost guaranteed a job as long as that anime is still going because they don't want to replace that voice actor or actress.
Oh yeah, it'd just be disastrous to replace a voice actor unless they have like a nearly identical voice. It's just difficult.
It's almost impossible. Yeah, it's kind of like most rock bands, but most rock bands will find someone who's like, oh yeah, you're kind of close.
I think we'd be excluding if we did not include Chris Metzen in the list as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His work on Thrall, Rexar, Ragnaros, all kinds of World of Warcraft characters.
Doesn't he also do Ren?
Probably. I don't know if he does. He may.
Yeah, another one is voice actress that I'm a fan of is see if I can get her name right, Kikuko Inoue. She's done a ton of stuff, for the original Japanese animes, dating all the way back to the late '80s. She's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's how. God, I need to go look up her name. I'm probably going to butcher it, but.
So yeah, very cool.
Okay,
All right.
Masako Nozawa, who does Goku for Japanese.
Oh yeah.
She's been doing it since '85.
She,
yes. Did I say he? Did I say he?
You did. It's very obviously not a male. Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up on the topic? Because if not, we are just about done here. Pretty short episode today, which sounds like it's needed because we've been having all kinds of technical issues today, which I apologize
Did my
for.
static go away, by the way?
Eventually.
Yeah, Veg has been, his microphone's been popping, and then apparently mine on the YouTube stream has been not doing very well. So whatever. We got Twitch. We'll figure it out. So that just about does it for this episode. I want to thank everyone for coming out and for those that stopped by and chat today. Hopefully we'll have Shosan back next week. Of course, next week is my last week from Houston.
Yep.
After that, I'll be over in California. So, very cool.
Nice brisk 2 hours earlier for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's kind of funny because I'm keeping my job, so it's the same hours, but it'll be 2 hours earlier.
So wait, is it the same company or is it different?
Yeah, same position, everything. Just going to be working remotely now. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to being out there. I am not looking forward to finishing this move. And tomorrow we have a long day of stuff ahead of us. Monday I got to take the car in, and we're going to be doing all kinds of different errands. Oh God, it sucks.
So wait, are you driving your car to California?
Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to leave Wednesday, the 21st, and we'll get out there the night of the 23rd.
Ooh, I am so sorry.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, because I did that from Pennsylvania to Texas in 2 days.
It's a 26 to 28 hour drive depending on traffic.
You just hopping out 10 to LA, or are you cutting across somewhere? Oh, nice.
10 to LA. It's, according to Monsieur Google, it's the fastest way.
28-hour drive. About 20 that's in LA. I mean,
20 in LA. Yeah, pretty much. Well, you got to remember, there's also from here to El Paso.
Ooh.
Oh man,
that's a big one.
That was always the most sobering. I used to drive often from between New Orleans and College Station, and it was always very sobering when I'd hit the state line there in Louisiana and Texas, and they have a sign saying, Beaumont, 50 miles, Houston, 100 miles, El Paso, 897 miles. I'm like, shit, that's in the same state.
It is huge.
Back where I grew up, you drive 897 miles, you're either in the off the coast of Florida or in Canada.
Pretty much. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Veg, you want to say goodbye?
Hello, hello, hello to you wonderful people. I'm done. Bye.
First of all, that's not goodbye, and second of all, never sing again. Brox, sign off.
I'm not singing tonight, so see y'all later.
Thank you. And I won't sing either, but for Shosan and our entire cast of awesome co-hosts, we'll see you next week. See you, bye.